Qué rico. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to my kitchen. Today I am really excited because I am making a brand new recipe that I've never made before, non-vegan or vegan, and that is birria tacos, or tacos de birria. Birria is a super popular and classic Mexican dish. It is traditionally used with beef, goat, or lamb, but because I'm vegan and we love and care for animals and want to make the most healthy and conscious choice, we are going to be using king oyster mushrooms today to make sort of a shredded beef style taco. I'm using the recipe from the blog Eat Figs Not Pigs. I will link that down below. A lot of the ingredients in the beginning are a lot of traditional Mexican peppers, things like chile de arbol, chile de California, all those things. So if you don't live in an area where there is a Mexican specialty store or that has a store that has things like these chiles, you can order them on Amazon. I will link the ones that I ordered on Amazon below. So we're gonna make tacos. I have some vegan mozzarella, and then traditionally the tacos are cooked in a liquid called a consommé, and they're also dipped in that liquid, which is just gonna be like a savory chile soup almost. And I am so excited, so let's get started. Also, if you see me just like terribly sweating in this video, it's like 95 degrees here. I live in a house with no AC. We're just gonna deal with it, okay? Also, I am not naked, just wearing a tube top. Oh my god, I have to show you guys my new shirt. If you're below 18, cover your eyes. How dope is that? So I have my cousin's iPad here with the recipe. Look at how good they look. Let's see if we can make it look this good. The first thing we're gonna do is take all of our chiles and we're going to soak them in hot water. This just rehydrates the chiles and makes them usable and like blendable and all that good stuff. So I have Gaujillo chiles, Pasilla chiles. These are Pasilla ancho chili pods. So I was looking for California chiles, but it said that this was like the next best thing. So I don't know if these are like really the same, but whatever, we're using both. And then I have chile de arbol. To put all of these in a bowl with hot water. Oh, and I need to remove all the seeds. So I'm gonna boil some water on the stove and do all that. Okay, so the water's like just about to boil. I don't need boiling water, I just need hot water. So turn it off and I'm gonna pour this over. And then I'm gonna set this aside while we work on the rest of the recipe. Okay, so the recipe now calls for 1 onion cut into quarters, and then 6 cloves of garlic whole. I'm just gonna put some vegetable oil on that. You're supposed to put it in the oven. Our oven doesn't work, and so I'm just gonna use the air fryer. But you just wanna like broil it basically. The recipe also calls for 4 cups of vegetable broth, and I use the Better Than Bouillon concentrated paste that you add to water. So I'm just gonna go ahead and heat this up on the stove and make it ahead of time so we can use it throughout the recipe. If you're watching this video right now, get up and get yourself a glass of water. Stay hydrated. Okay, these are my organic king oyster mushrooms. I am going to wash all of these and then shred them, I guess. Marinating the mushrooms. I think it's like apple cider vinegar, oil, garlic powder, and some salt, okay? This is just after 7 minutes, so I'm just gonna give it like a stir and then let it go for another maybe 5-6 minutes. Okay, I think that the best way to do this is with a fork to get like shreds. It's still kind of difficult difficult, but it's working. Oh, actually the fork works perfect. Wow, this is making like super meat-like shreds. That's kind of crazy. All right, so I marinated the mushrooms and massaged the marinade in, and now I'm just gonna cover it and start on the sauce. Now it's time to make the consommé. So we have our chiles that have been rehydrating, and then we also have our onions and garlic, which are charred and darkened on the tops. So we're just gonna add all of this into a blender. And then we're gonna add the chiles as well. And then to this, we're gonna also add 1 cup of the vegetable broth that we made. Okay, and then to that, we are gonna add also all of the spices that it calls for. 3 whole cloves. Put those in there. 1 teaspoon of cumin, oregano, 1/4 a teaspoon cinnamon, and 1/8 a teaspoon. I don't have that, but I'll just do half of this. 1/8 a teaspoon of allspice. A little bit of that. Yeah, we're gonna blend it up. Okay, and then now we're gonna add that to a pot with the rest of the vegetable broth as well as some bay leaves. This is the consommé that we're making. We're gonna keep it on high heat until it comes to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we will put it on low heat and let it simmer covered for a bit. All right, completely unrelated to birria. Well, actually not completely. It's time. And what's the rule? You cannot have Corona without lime. Oh, actually, I have a really cool trick to show you. Mom, if you're watching, skip ahead. Let's go deliver these to the guests.
Sunset vibes. Yeah. I got the Coronas. Yo.
Enjoy.
I will.
Okay, so while the consommé is cooking, we are going to prep some of the toppings for the tacos. Traditionally, tacos de birria are served with white onion, cilantro, and maybe some lime wedges. So I have all of that, and we're gonna prep that right now. A tip for people storing herbs like cilantro, green onion, greens like kale, you can put it in a jar of water and it will last a lot longer in your fridge. Okay, and then avocado is not a traditional topping by any means, but I like it and I know all the guys like it. So I'm gonna just cut up some chunks of aguacate. Toppings. The consommé has been simmering for about 45 minutes, and now I'm going to cook the meat or the mushrooms. In my pan, I added some vegetable oil, and then that's just going to be on medium-high heat. And then we are going to take the mushrooms and evenly distribute them. I think we're gonna do this in 2 batches because my pan is not quite big enough. Cook until the edges begin to crisp up, and then once they're crispy, we're gonna add some sauce. These are getting crispy. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is obviously before I add the sauce, but oh my gosh, it looks like shredded beef. I'm so excited. I'm feeling like they're crispy enough to add the consommé. So the recipe calls for about 1.5 to 2 cups. I'm just gonna eyeball it and kind of scoop some over until I think it looks good. And then we're just gonna saute that for about 5 minutes. Let's talk a little bit about vegan cheese brands. This is probably the only brand of shredded vegan cheese that I ever use. It's the only thing that doesn't taste like absolute shit. BioLife mozzarella shreds. This is what we're gonna use in the tacos. And then for tortillas, you want corn. These are just the Sinaloa brand that they have on Maui. These are like the most authentic ones that I've found so far. So yeah, let's build our tacos de birria. I have this pan for the tortillas. What you need to do is heat it up and add a little bit of vegetable oil. As you can see, oil is really our friend. We're not being low fat. The way you make birria tacos is you dip the tortilla in the consommé and then you add your fillings and kind of make like a fried little thing. I'm going to dip this in here and then set that there. We're gonna add some of the birria meat, and on top of that we're gonna add our vegan cheese. And that is kind of it. And then we're gonna fold it over like so, like that. Like how Tabitha Brown says, like so, like that. Needs to be on high so they get really crispy. Alright, our first tacos are done.
Bam Bam. Here we are live with Bam Bam.
We are done. They look so good. They look exactly like how I remember eating them growing up. So let's do a little taste test, shall we? Gotta dip it in the consommé. The avocado I'm stoked about. I've never had birria with avocado. Oh my god. Oh, let me squeeze lime on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to comment down below if you make this recipe and how it goes for you, or tag me on Instagram also. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Remember to be kind to yourself and to others. See you next time. Qué rico.